Hi everybody, Emily Kenison here, the founder and inventor of the curling headband, and I'm here with the fabulous Victoria. She is going to be our short hair model to show you what to do for some tips and tricks if you're trying to create perfect curls with short, straight hair. So to start, what you're going to need is your Mr.Spritzer. We've added a dollop and mousse in here because she's a type 1A hair. We also have our curling headband, a hairbrush or a comb, and then some extra credit items that you might need if you have shorter hair is a claw clip or some type of clip, and then also bobby pins. We'll put those into play and I'll show you where you can use those as we get into the process. All right, so to start, we're going to lightly mist Miss Victoria's hair, focusing a little bit more on the ear level down. Since we're dealing with straight, short hair, we're okay getting this hair a little more wet than you traditionally would if you were curling your hair and you had straight, long hair. The reason is because it'll add more grip while you wet it. But again, you're focusing more so ear level down. And right now her hair is about like 70% dry, 30% wet. So as opposed to like 90%, we're going for a little bit more of a damp hair when we wrap it. You can also add a bit of mousse into the Mr.Spritzer along with the water, and that'll be very good for adding extra hold. We're also going to focus a bit more on the ends here just to make sure we got a nice, even, nice wet hair. Sorry if I got you all wet, honey. We should get a towel for Victoria next time. All right. We've also brushed out the hair, and now what we're going to do is just divide it into the two sections, part it where you normally would. Of course, short hair is not going to perfectly section into two sections, but that's okay. I'll show you what we can do now. So take your curling headband. I like to fold it in half so that you have the ends are even. And if you notice there's a wire on one side, you want to confirm, like a magician's apprentice. Is there a wire on one side?
Yes.
Yes, there's a wire on one side. So when you put it on, you're going to want to put it on like a headband, so about an inch away from your hairline here, with the wire facing forward. So normally we're going to try to wrap all the headband around one section of hair. Since we're dealing with short hair, some of it might fall out, and that is okay. So you just wrap this around itself. You're creating a pigtail in one section. And this is the area where the claw clip can come in handy. If this is difficult because your hair is too short, you can always just clip the headband and that section of hair with a claw clip instead of wrapping the headband's end around each other. So that's the other option. We don't really need to do that here. It seems to be working just fine. And so that means both hands are free and we can now focus on the other side. So when it comes to short hair, a couple tips and tricks. Number one is you're going to want to make sure the strands are wet. So Victoria's strands have already dried a little bit. I'm going to re-wet them. And when you do it, you're going to start with a very small front section. So normally it's like a 1 inch. Here we're going to start with like a 1/2 inch front section. And we're going to pull it more up like alfalfa and then wrap it around and over like that. And then we add another small front section. Again, we're looking at like another 1/2 inch piece to that first. Maybe re-wet it and pull it up like alfalfa and wrap it around and over tight. Great. And we're going to do that again. So when we're dealing with short hair, we want to do a couple things. One is smaller sections. Two is pulling it more straight up when wrapping it and around. And one other thing is I'm going to point out here is, I'm going to just slide you around this way. Hello, everybody. If you notice, we're wrapping it down more around the back of her head. So we're positioning the headband at this angle rather than this angle. This is going to allow the short pieces to get wrapped around sooner, which is great, and then also stay in place. So I'll bring her back this way. There we go. And continue around. Dun, 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 dun. And again, you might not have to like re-spritz to keep some of the hairs in place. I'm going to do that. Just short hair tends to dry pretty quickly, especially when it's like a 1A, 1B, 1C type hair. It'll dry pretty quickly, so you might have to re-spritz it. But again, see, this is where I'm mentioning like you're going to kind of angle the headband so it goes down the back of your head rather than along the hairline. And that's at this point here. And doing this will allow you to get more of the ends curled and get a better outcome for short hair. Really great outcome, actually. Really great curls. Cool. All right, so now we're at the end. And if you notice, I'll just spin her around again. You're probably going to get some pieces that start to splay out. So just pinch it. Once you get towards the end, we'll clean these pieces up, but we just don't want to lose that wrap. So pinch it and add your scrunchie once you get to here. Wrap it around 3 times, maybe 4. You want to make sure it's nice and secure in place. Fabulous. And for these ends that are popping out, this is where we can handle it. Don't worry about getting them in the scrunchie then. Just afterwards, you can always like just reposition the scrunchie to capture them a little bit. Perfect. Those will end up well. And now we just repeat on the other side. Bow, bow. So Victoria, do you use a curling iron these days?
Not really.
Why? Talk to me.
So because my hair is very fine and short, it does not stay as long.
Does not stay as long. Yep, I hear you. So we'll see. My guess is that this is going to last much better and longer and also be easier to use than a curling iron. What made you decide to go short? When did you cut your hair?
I cut it in March, like mid-March.
Awesome.
I had really long hair, like about to my ribs.
Wow.
But my hair was very dead, so I went to the hair salon and told the lady, cut it. I was like, don't look back, just cut it. That's what she did.
She did a great job. It's adorable. It's super healthy. It is very cute. I love this haircut. Yes.
Yeah, it's very different because I'm used to long hair, but I like it a lot.
I like it too. Great. So now we're at the ends again, as I said before, so you can kind of see the difference. Victoria's hairband wrapping is going more down the side over here as opposed to mine. It's closer to the ear. And now we're just going to get these last pieces in. And we pull it up and around. All right. So we're at this point, we've wrapped up both sides. As you can see, one side I did much faster, we got it very nice and clean, and the other side I did it quicker, and you see pieces splaying out. And I did that on purpose because I want to show you that, like, even if this is your outcome, we can work with this. So I wanted to do it side by side. At this point, either way, you're going to twist it away from your face to tighten, and that'll be good on both sides. And on this side, this is where I'm going to show you the bobby pins, because depending on the length of your short hair, this could very well be what you're working with. And that's where just a couple bobby pins will come into play. And you just take them to secure the pieces that are kind of sliding out a little bit. You'll just need like 1 or 2 or 3, but that's pretty much it. Here, I'll just pop one in here, an extra one here. And I'll turn you this way to show people what I'm doing here. So here's like another piece that's clearly, this is too short, so it's falling out. So I'm just going to take it and kind of clip a couple pieces of hair around with it and just tuck it in. And you're not going to need many. You'll notice that most of the hair will be okay and it'll be wrapped in nice and tight. But for the ones that are kind of popping out or feel a little loose, like they're sliding out, that's where you're going to want to add a couple bobby pins in. So if your hair looks like this when you're done, don't worry. Take a couple bobby pins and put it in. And I would recommend just adding more water and going smaller pieces and more like that alfalfa pull, and then you'll get that sleek look over here. Either way, you want to try to get it to this, but if it looks like this, it'll still work. Just add a couple bobby pins and you're good to go. And at the end, you just want to wrap it around and tuck them in. If they're splaying a little bit, that is okay. So like that, and then over here, we just do a cross, tuck one over, and tuck one under. And that'll allow it to feel comfortable and secure all day while you wait for your hair to dry. Again, you want it to be 100% dried before you take it out. That's the only tip. If there are little pieces like this that come out at the end, that is okay. It's just going to be the nature of short hair. Don't worry about it. And that's pretty much it. So we'll just come back in a couple hours when Victoria's hair is all dried and see the result.
A few hours later.
Hello everybody, we are back with the fabulous Victoria. She's worn it for a couple hours now, actually a full day. As you can see, like a couple of the hairs are falling out. That is totally fine. We're just going to unwrap to see the final results. So to start, I'm going to have you just spin a little bit. To unwrap, we just, here, why don't I tilt you this way so you can see the back of your head. Perfect, thanks honey. So we just uncross it and we take out the scrunchies. So a quick little scrunchie takedown. And then if you remember, we popped in a couple bobby pins because when it comes to short hair, it'll be helpful just to make sure that the pieces don't splay away. So we'll take those guys out too as well. I think we popped in like 3 or something. 1, 2, 3. Here's the last guy. And these are extra credit. You can or can't do it. You'll know if you need them. There we go. All right, and then we got the last little scrunchie over here. This guy, slide them off. These scrunchies are awesome. They won't add any kinks or creases. They are super stretchy, so they're nice and a light hold on the ends, so it won't add an extra crisp. All right, so now you can kind of untwist it the other way to loosen it a little bit, and then quickly just slide her off. We'll bring Victoria back to the front. Bounce, bounce. Do the same on this side, and there we go. So we have this short hair, awesome curly results. At this point, we can finger curl a couple pieces just to get that added shape back and then fluff it up. But we have curls throughout the entire hair, and it looks absolutely fabulous. What do you think, Victoria?
I'm trying to look at
There's a mirror over here.
So cute.
It's so cute. It's so cute. It looks amazing. Absolutely amazing.
So
It's super bouncy. Yep. Super bouncy. These curls are going to last you, even though we're in Gainesville, Florida, literally in the swamp, which is super humid. These will last you, which is, in my mind, is incredible. Yeah, and so you can just do a couple of finger curls to add a little bit more shape. You can fluff them up to add it, make it more voluminous. But you got curls, girl, and they look fabulous. And here we can show the whole back. You can just tilt your head to the side so you can see the back of it. There we go. So as you can see, it's the whole back of the hair, which is awesome and super cute. And especially for like short hair, you can do little like pin up updos and just adds volume. And a little clip here. It's so cute. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. I'm on the fence of cutting my hair now short. You're my inspiration. It looks great. So yeah, here are our short hair curl friend results. Looking good, curl friend. And yeah, looks fabulous. Thank you.